So to me, it's about those Golden State Warriors. I'm sorry. That's where I'm at with it.
You know what, Stephen A? That's a damn shame. I expect better out of you. And let me tell you why you're wrong. And I get it. The Golden State Warriors are playing some inspiring basketball on both ends of the floor. But one thing that they lack is experience. And experience matters when it comes down to the playoffs. Experience matters because what happens in the playoffs? Guys key in. Teams key in. Teams key in. And so now you have to play to your weaknesses. So now let's see Jordan Poole when he's a major focal point in the scouting report. When I look at the team to beat, I'm looking down there at South Beach at the Miami Heat, a team that went to the finals 2 years ago, a team that just picked up a champion in P.J. Tucker, who you just recognized at the tip. Okay, listen, and Kyle Lowry, but I'm talking about P.J. Tucker because you talked about how he got off the floor and got that tip dunk because they in shape. We all know when you play for the Miami Heat, you got to be in great shape. I didn't see P.J. Tucker. He done shredded the body fat. He don't have a whack body no more. I see some cuts and veins going through his arms. I have a whack body, but that's another story. Listen, one thing we fail to realize about the Miami Heat, Stephen A., you know who has yet to touch the floor for them? Victor Oladipo. He's sitting right over there.
Please.
He's sitting right over there. And listen, Stephen A., here's the thing about Vic. He doesn't have to be the number one option. The same thing I said about Andrew Wiggins when he went to Golden State. He doesn't have to be the number one option. So when I look at the Miami Heat and I look at this team that they have constructed defensively with the coaching of Eric Spoelstra, putting those guys in position to lock in with his defensive schemes, the Miami Heat fully healthy is the team to beat. And you can't tell me otherwise.
I'm going to tell you otherwise.
No, you're not.
And by the way, carry on. Let me tell you something, Kendrick Perkins. I'm not going for that. I'm not going for that at all. And I'm going to tell you why. I get P.J. Tucker. Mad respect and love for that brother. Very, very happy that he won the title in Milwaukee last year because he paid his dues all of those years in Houston where they were knocking on the door and couldn't get over the hump. And I was very, very happy for him. He deserved the title. I've been a fan. I don't know if you noticed, I covered Kyle Lowry when he was in high school, bro. All right, in Philadelphia. I mean, I love Kyle Lowry. I really, really do. Always root for him. Here's the deal. There is no defense. We're talking fully loaded now. We're talking fully loaded. There is no defense for the Golden State Warriors. Hey, what you gonna do when you got to guard these two, not one, but two brothers the second they step past half court and they could pull up from 40? What you gonna do with that? This is not some conventional structured offense that you can sit up there and plan and defend against. There is no defense for them when those brothers are hitting shots. And what I'm saying to you is this. When I look at the talent that the Miami Heat has, they can compete with anybody. And by the way, let me be very, very clear. I'm not throwing no shade. I go back a long ways with a few people within the Miami Heat organization, and they're in South Beach. Trust you me, I'm not going to be upset at all if I have to end up in South Beach come June. As a matter of fact, I will be very thankful and very grateful. And that entire organization can vouch for how I feel. They know that I always root for them. But in the end, when you watch them, and Jimmy Butler's a stud, I get all that. But when you watch Steph Curry and you imagine Clay being back with him, the difference between before and now is that these other brothers, Jordan Poole and Damon Lee and Gary Payton II, the other brothers that they got on this squad, these brothers, listen, when you watch them, and oh my Lord, I don't see anybody stopping them. I got the Warriors winning the chip. I got the Warriors winning the chip.
Yeah, but Stephen A., it's only one basketball. And so when Klay Thompson comes back, that means somebody is going to have to move over. That means roles are going to have to change.
Well, what about Miami?
Listen, that means roles are going to have to change. Miami is not that deep. They still have room to implement Victor Oladipo when he comes back.
Oh, come on.
But listen,
not Oladipo.
Listen to what I'm telling you, Stephen A. Just calm down. Calm down. I'm loving the outfit. I'm loving the whole outfit.
It is kind of sport,
yeah,
right?
You swagging up, but just calm down. Calm down, because you know, like I know. And listen, I'm not comparing the two by no means. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson is the greatest shooting backcourt in NBA history. Ever.
Without question.
Ever.
Without question.
But when we talk about shooting, you know this, because this is why you picked them goons from Dade County 2 years ago to beat the Milwaukee Bucks along with me, because you talked about Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero and how they was able to get hot and how they able to let it go.
I agree with that.
So when you look at that and you look at a guy like Bam, Bam is no different than a guy like Draymond Green, except he's just a taller version and he could be a lob threat at the basket. But defensively, they bring the same type of energy, tenacity, and defensive presence.
Stop right there. No argument there. I definitely anticipate it would be a shootout. We ain't gonna see no low-scoring games if Golden State were to meet Miami. We get all of that. I do think you have to take two things into consideration. As much of a shooter as Duncan Robinson is, I don't know if he is as reliable on a consistent basis. He'll have a game here, but the reliability on a consistent level, I got question marks about him. That's number one. Number two, the road to prosperity, the road through the Eastern Conference might be a tad bit more difficult, because I think that a lot of teams that you look at in the Western Conference, whereas they appear formidable, particularly during the regular season, when it comes to their ability to defend on the perimeter, they're not as formidable come playoff time. And I think as a result of that, when I think about the Golden State Warriors, and you talk about experience, excuse me, it starts with your starters. If you got Klay and you got Steph, you got the experience situation handled. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.